showdown is brewing between the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, Claudette Singh, and the Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield. Lowenfield was instructed by the chair to prepare his report on the March 2nd general and regional elections results using valid votes counted in the national recount and certificates of recount generated therefrom. In his response to the chair, Lowenfield said he reviewed the judgment of the Caribbean Court of Justice and some clarifications are imperative prior to the preparation and submission of the requested report to safeguard against any action deemed to be unilateral. According to Lowenfield's letter, the court endorses the view that GCOM cannot determine credibility and pointed to paragraphs 41 and 45 of the CCJ's judgment. Lowenfield said it therefore holds that Order 60 of 2020 cannot be executed in its entirety as a consequence of a final credible count as conceived by the Commission and expressed in the order cannot be attained. The further citation of Section 96 of the Representation of the People Act 103 in the request for another election report requires clarification. Lowenfield has asked that the chair provide guidance on how Section 96(1) of the Representation of the People Act could be properly operationalized. According to Lowenfield's letter, of particular relevance are two facts. One, the election law envisages that votes counted and information furnished would be provided by statutory officers. And two, the allocation of seats is premised on the statutory report of the returning officers. It is noteworthy that the CCJ clearly stated in paragraph 37 that the allocation of seats in the Assembly and the identification of the successful presidential candidate are determined on the sole basis of votes counted and information furnished by the returning officers under the Representation of the People Act. As you are aware, the national recount was not undertaken by returning officers. He noted that the concluding opinion, paragraph 52 of the CCJ judgment, states that Order 60 is in tension with the Constitution of Guyana and could not create a new election regime. Lowenfield says he's kindly asking the chairman to provide guidance on which results of the elections of the March 2nd, 2020 would be lawfully declared. In closing, Lowenfield also reminded the chairman that the historic practice of submission of the elections report of the chairman has been premised on ascertainment of the results by the Chief Elections Officer. He stated the structure of your missive suggests a change in operational procedures, and further, the two citations appear dissimilar. Lowenfield added that in this regard, clear guidance is required with respect to whether the report being requested is premised on Section 18 of the Election Laws, Act 15 of 2020, or Article 177(2)(b) of the Constitution.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Are you washing your hands correctly? Here are some tips on when and how to wash your hands. Step 1. Wet your hands with clean water. Step 2. Then apply soap. Step 3. For 10 to 15 seconds, lather your palms together. Always remember to pay attention to your fingers, especially your nails and tips. And don't forget the back and between of your fingers. Step 4. Rinse hands with clean water for about 20 seconds. Step 5. Dry hands with a clean paper towel or tissue.
But when should you wash your hands? after using the toilet, before and after eating, preparing or handling uncooked food, after playing with pets or caring for animals, after sneezing and coughing or blowing your nose, before and after changing babies or caring for others.
Frequent hand washing or using a hand sanitizer with alcohol as an alternative will remove viruses and bacteria from your hands.
A message from the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Shh! It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75 Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
President David Granger met with members of his cabinet today at State House. The meeting was held mere hours before the Chief Elections Officer of GCOM Keith Lowenfield was scheduled to present his report to the Commission. Caught coming out and going into the meeting were Ministers of Legal Affairs Basil Williams, Public Security Minister Kemra Ramtatan, Raphael Trotman, Minister of Natural Resources, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, and Minister of Indigenous Affairs Sidney Alicock. Lowenfield was instructed by the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, to prepare his report using the valid votes counted in the national recount and certificates of recount generated therefrom. The recount results are showing a clear victory for the People's Progressive Party. It was during that recount a number of irregularities were uncovered, which included voter impersonation, dead persons voting who were out of the jurisdiction, and ballot boxes with missing statutory documents. In this regard, the CCJ in their ruling ruled that those discrepancies are for an election petition.
One dead and one critical after a roof collapsed during demolition at Bank's DIH warehouse at industrial site.
We can reduce the risk of contracting viruses by strengthening our immune system, and one way of doing this is by eating as healthily as possible to support optimal immune function. Micronutrients essential to fight infection include vitamins A, B, C, D, and E, and the minerals iron, selenium, and zinc. Here's what we need to know about the foods we can eat to get them. Vitamin A is found in fish, egg yolks, cheese, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans. Vitamin B9 folate is abundant in green leafy vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds, and it's also added to a lot of the flour that we use in Guyana. Vitamin B12 is found in animal products, including eggs, meat, and dairy, and also in some fortified milk. Vitamin C and vitamin E helps to protect our body when we're fighting an infection. Good sources of vitamin C include oranges, lemons, limes, tomatoes, and cherries. In Guyana, one of our cherry has the amount of vitamin C needed for the entire day for a person. Vitamin E is found in nuts, green leafy vegetables, and vegetable oils. Although sun exposure allows the body to produce vitamin D, food sources including eggs, fish, and some milk and margarine brands may be fortified with vitamin D, meaning some extra has been added. Most people need just a few minutes outdoors most days to get enough of the vitamin D needed. And beyond diet, there are other measures you can take to stay as healthy as possible. No smoking, reduce the intake of alcohol or none at all, exercise every day, and sleep and rest well. And please remember to reduce your intake of sweetened and carbonated beverages and drink lots and lots of water.
This is what shopping used to be.
More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now, whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Dead and one critical after a roof collapsed during demolition at Bank's DIH warehouse at industrial site.
Godfrey Best says he brings more energy to his new office. He said the Guyana Defense Force is a professional organization and the GDF will stick to the Constitution. Best's appointment takes effect from July 1st after substantive Chief of Staff Patrick West proceeds on pre-retirement leave.
The Defense Force is always subordinate to civil authorities, and we do have a subordinate role and supportive role to civil authorities. We trained to support the democratic elected government of the day based on our constitution, and that we will continue to do. Our relationship with the civil authorities always subordinate, and we take instructions, legal instructions. The Guyana Defense Force has been mandated by law to defend and protect our national patrimony. As the Chief of Staff, I see it as a sacrosanct duty, and we will work hard to ensure that we continue to defend the integrity of this country.
According to Best, there will be challenges, and one that he anticipates is having adequate resources to perform the task.
We in the Guyana Defense Force, we trained to ensure that our tasks are performed and get the job done. And what do we do? What do we do when resources are minimal? Our training that we receive, it helps us to create, I would say, opportunities to fight against those challenges. So training in Guyana Defense Force, we take it seriously, and it helps us in these times of challenges. The Guyana Defense Force, with other agencies, including Ministry of Citizenship, Guyana Police Force, Ministry of Public Security, and other agencies, GRA, we are presently working to ensure that our porous borders are secure. Since 2018, we have mounted Operation Armadillo, which more or less deter the criminal elements that were operating on the Venezuelan border. And recently, as a result of the pandemic-19, we've launched Operation Nexus, which allows us to protect our borders.
Best was given his instruments from President David Granger at State House.